All right, what's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. In this video, I want to talk about how we navigated gold to the downside this morning. For those of you who don't know, we trade the NASDAQ, the S&P, gold, light sweet crude oil. But gold here really kind of cooperated this morning as we got together. We get together at 8 a.m. every day. I send out my charts and screens by like 7:15. So everyone has access to not only the chart, but the order flow and all that kind of fun stuff. So we got together here. You could see just before 8 o'clock, 7:30, we placed a lower high right here. So you could see that we were under pressure. We broke this prior low. So we placed sequentially lower highs, 3 touches on that trend line. So we were anticipating the market to kind of go down. Now we get this pullback here at 8 o'clock right into the 8 EMA. All right. And I told my traders very specifically, I'm like, listen, we should flush this low that we placed at 754, and we should push into the VWAP. If we can settle below the VWAP, I have a higher time frame channel structure down here at 2342.2. So that ultimately yielded the expectation by 836. So we come in, the market takes an impulse, a correction, we hold the 8 EMA, we push into the VWAP, we push back, find resistance at the 8, and we take this awesome push. Now guys, I'm a big proponent of, if you're taking a trending market move, right? If you're not trying to take the reversal, you're trying to trade with the trend. Price should be below the 8, the 13, and the 21. Or it should be above the 8, the 13, and the 21. Okay? And if you notice the price action here, once we break this kind of top pattern, price respects the 8 EMA all the way until it doesn't. Okay? Your lowest risk trend favoring move is going to be price leading that 8 EMA. And that's exactly what we took this morning. Now, if I scroll back here, we got some pretty significant lows here, or an area of demand that I had illustrated out. And I told my traders, I said, hey, listen, we probably are going to have at least some near-term trouble getting through these levels here, these prior lows. And we did. Okay? We did. We pushed up into the opening bell. We just wicked through that low, but we did not settle below it. And I told him, I said, that is a really strong sign of a reversal. Well, guess what happened? All right? We had a little slop, but the market ultimately went on to place new highs, a double top before started selling off. Now, are we going to short the market, knowing that there's a really strong chance that we're going to see a reversal transpire down here, and the market is more than likely to push higher, especially after breaking the opening range, or the top, if you would, between these two lows? At no point should you have considered shorting gold after the opening range had plotted, which is the first 15 minutes, 9:30 to 9:45 Eastern Standard Time, so New York Seaboard time. At no point should you have shorted gold until you see the double top that's plotted here at 1:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 13:27 Eastern Standard Time. Okay? Now you have a push, you break this low, and then you have a lower high, and a lower low, and a lower high, and a lower low, and a lower high, and a lower low. We weren't trading that later in the day, right? We trade together in the morning, but I leave my analysis, my order flow, everything up and running for my clients' use throughout the entire day. Why? Because as I'm seeing at the computer, I can illustrate out what I'm seeing. All right? Obviously, I have multiple businesses. I run multiple entities. I have lots of stuff going on. But trading for me is the forefront of my passion. Why? Well, it comes down to this. If I'm not an exceptional trader, how can I help you become an exceptional trader? I can't. So the business of me helping you relies on me being the very best trader I can be. Because how can I help you advance through your career if I haven't focused the lion's share of my energy on being the best trader I can be. That's what it comes down to. Right? There are amazing internet marketers out there with amazing copywriters and amazing marketing plans and huge marketing budgets, and they buy hundreds of thousands of emails every month, right? That's not who I am. Nor is that who I want to be. Right? My goal is to help not somebody who has a fantasy about becoming a trader, but somebody who understands that there is a work ethic required, and that takes consistency and discipline in order to achieve profitability, and that's really hard. So for me, I'm not looking for somebody who wants to get rich quick. I don't have a Lamborghini, I don't wear a Rolex, and if I did, I just wouldn't, because I'd rather give my money to people who need it as opposed to squandering on stupid things like that. Right? My wife and I have a foundation. All of our companies max their donation into that foundation at the end of every year. Within IRS regulations, we give as much of our company profits to that foundation as we can, and that foundation feeds people and clothes people and provides them with basic needs. That's what we do, right? That's our passion. So instead of driving fancy cars, we drive Toyotas. Instead of living in a big house, we live in a very conservative home. Because our passion reigns in helping people. Whether it's helping people earn money in the stock market or the futures market, or it's helping people who are less fortunate, or it's providing for somebody who just can't get to the next step. It doesn't matter to me, right? So for me, I would like to work with people who understand the bigger mission. If your mission is to get rich quick, I am the last person on the internet you should work with. If your mission is to understand volume and price action, understand order flow, and really dive into the nuts and bolts of what separates somebody who's unprofitable to somebody who is profitable, somebody who is inconsistent to somebody who is consistent, somebody who's undisciplined to somebody who is disciplined. That's the kind of person that comes to work with me. That's it. That's it. It's that easy. It's that simple, right? If you're looking for somebody to flash fancy jewelry, if you're looking for somebody to flash fancy cars, helicopters, a lifestyle, private jets, I'm not your guy, okay? And the things that we do for people, while I share with what I do them in silence, okay? And we don't take videos of us feeding people. We don't take videos of us giving clothes away and buying things and delivering groceries and food. And that. We don't do that, okay? I don't need an audience to clap me on, okay? I live for a greater purpose than myself. And for folks who want to live for a greater purpose than themselves, for folks who are very committed to understanding how volume and price action work in conjunction with one another, incorporating order flow, so that you are able to make low risk, high probability trades and do that with a deal of consistency and discipline, I'm the guy who strives to be the best at that, right? For myself, so that I can help you. So that when you come in the morning, I can say, hey guys, listen, really confident that gold right here is going to push through this low. We're going to flush this low into the VWAP. And if we can get below the VWAP, we're going to now take it down level by level where price is likely to potentially find support or pushback. Okay? Even if you just very simply, I know this sounds silly, but if you came in and took 19 ticks into the VWAP, guys, with a leveraged account, 19 ticks is all you need. Right? If you can make $100, you can make $1,000. If you can make $1,000, you can make $10,000. If you can make $10,000, you can make $100,000. It all comes down to the size of the position. The size of the position grows with your confidence in being consistent and disciplined. Right? So, believe it or not, some days I'll take trades that I pull 20 ticks out of the market. I made everything I need to make for that day, and I'm done. And I'm done. And I just move on. I'm done. Right? The market is not here to be played. It's not a casino. It's a tool. And that's what a lot of people have this great misconception about. They think because you're a day trader, you have to sit here and day trade all day long. No. No. It doesn't work that way. Listen, in the prior video I posted on my YouTube channel, I didn't place a trade all morning. Okay? I didn't place a trade. I was with my clients. We walked through. Gold gave us this opportunity. The indices were absolutely awful. We talked about crude a little bit. Nothing there gave me a great deal of conviction. I actually stepped away from the computer without taking a trade. Right? I took a break. Right? For every day in the middle of the day, I take a quick break. I step away from the computer. I clear my mind. I read, and then I come back. Okay? At 12:30 this afternoon, midday, is when I finally placed my trade. And had it not given me exactly what I wanted, I simply wouldn't have placed it. Tomorrow's another day. Last week, I made enough money to pay all of May's bills. So why am I going to force a trade that I don't have this extraordinary feeling of conviction about? I'm not, because I'm not willing to. Tomorrow's another day. If tomorrow sucks, Wednesday's another day. Right? Like, everybody feels like you're in a rush. You have to stop focusing on what you produce in 3 hours, and you have to start focusing on what you produce in 30 days. You have to look at it from a picture of, I need to place only the best quality setups to the very best of my ability. Because I know if I do that only once or twice a week, I'm going to be profitable over the course of the month. Right? If you can pay your bills and stop worrying about making money, focus on the process, not the profit. So many people are focused on the profit. Stop looking at your P&L. Stop worrying about the profit. Worry about the process. Perfect the process. And the profits will come. I promise. It just takes time. Right? And you need to be at a place in your life that you can commit to the time that it takes to do this. Because most people believe because the chart is moving, they should be trading. And if you do not have a level of conviction where you can confidently say, listen, I have traders that are trading with live money, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and go, well, maybe we do this, maybe we do that. No. If we hold here and we can flush this, we're going to push into the VWAP, right? Because I know if we hold the 8 EMA, that there's a really good chance that we're going to push into the VWAP. Am I wrong sometimes? Yes, but where am I wrong? I'm wrong if I violate that tiny little high. Maybe it takes a deeper correction. It can happen. But from what I'm seeing based on price action, based on volume, based on order flow, with a deal of confidence, I can say, look, I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe that if price action holds this lower high, that we should make a lower low here into the VWAP. And if we break that, we were targeting this higher time frame channel structure for 2342.2. And then I drew out the prior lows because I was greatly concerned that we were going to seek rejection there and price was going to turn around. And not only did it turn around here, it turned around right there through the formation of the opening range as well. Do you think that is valuable information? Do you think that that could give you the confidence to either take a trade or reconsider a trade, or at least take in consideration if that aligns with your trading objective or your trade plan? right? Because people come here and they go, oh, there's a lot of guessing, okay? And guessing goes from literally guessing to taking an educated assumption or educated analysis with an educated interpretation with educated expectations, which only comes from investing time in front of a live ticking market, not coming back to it after you get home from work and thinking, oh yeah, this is easy. Everything's easy in hindsight. Being able to make the call as it's happening before what you project to happen happens, that only comes from watching a live market. That's it, guys. If you're not willing to put the time in to watch the live market, I'm talking about every day. I'm talking about a minimum of 3 to 5 hours a day. Okay? You should be getting in 15 to 20 hours of live market analysis, interpretation, and expectations. And you should be doing that for about 3 to 5 years before you're concerned about how profitable you are. Right? For the first year, you should be paper trading. You should be hammering out the details of your trade plan. Hammering out your checklist so that when it's time to approach the market, we can approach the market from a place of discipline, consistency, experience, right? And then you start off with a very, very tiny amount of money. I always tell my traders, before you trade with a single live penny, go in to whatever platform you're using, go to the paper or simulated account, adjust the account value to however much money you plan to deposit in your brokerage when you start trading, and then you're going to trade with the exact same position size that you intend to trade with when you go live. And when you double that account, that's when you're ready to tiptoe with live money. Because live money is going to bring an element of emotions that are not tied to paper trading. Okay? And you need to control your emotions. It's so important. The psychological factor is extraordinarily important. But you can walk into it with confidence saying, hey, you know what? I spent X amount of time trading on paper, hammering out what looks right and wrong to me, understanding my trade plan, knowing what times of the day and news release numbers to avoid. And then I can approach the market in a sense where, okay, now I'm going to start trading with a very, very tiny amount of money. Right? The money you planned when you set up your simulated account. Now you're going to come in and go, okay, I'm ready to place these trades and blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to want to then double that live money account before you increase your position size. Guys, at the end of the day, it all comes down to risk management. Right? I can tell you exactly what's happening in the market with a great deal of certainty after 13 years. And believe me, there are times that I'm wrong. And I take losses. But if you don't have a risk management plan, and if you're the person that places a stop and then gives it more space in either direction, you are not ready to trade with live money. If you cannot decide where your stop goes every single time without giving it any more breathing room, under any circumstance, because your stop needs to be placed where your analysis is wrong. That's non-negotiable. If the market then provides another reason to enter, you'll also need to place that stop where that analysis is proven wrong. If you haven't reached a point of setting a hard stop and not adjusting it, then you're not ready to trade with live money. Okay? And I can assure you, a business that can put millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in your pocket is not going to be easy. Okay? The highest paid surgeons in the best New York City hospitals, it took them 20 years to get there. Okay? 10 years of just education. You can make more money doing this than the highest paid doctor at any one of the hospitals in New York City. From the comfort of your own home. You're in my office. You can see my kitchen in the background. But it takes time. Just like it took those doctors time to get to the chief of whatever department they are, trading is going to take time to become a master of analysis, interpretation, and execution with those expectations that you feel so confident about. Doesn't matter if you're day trading, swing trading, or position trading. Unless you're just handing your money into some fund, and if you want to do this yourself, which I believe is the most lucrative business you can possibly be in, right? No employees, no overhead. Again, comfort of my own home. I wake up, I come downstairs, I pour myself a cup of coffee, and I'm at work. And I can literally make more money before my wife leaves the house and my cup of coffee is finished or gets cold than most people in this country make going to work 40 hours a week. Is it hard? Yes. It is. Right? Nobody wants to tell you that because they want you to buy their crap. Whatever it is they're selling, they want you to buy it. This is extraordinarily hard. It is not for the faint of heart. But it is, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I firmly, firmly, firmly believe that. So, mull that over. Feel free to reach out to me. Leave some comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. Like the video if you enjoyed it. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. So I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless and take care.